A single drop of blood in his stew almost destroyed my life. This is a love spell gone wrong.
Is burning it, and literally the candle burnt.
Is around at all times, that even after he passed away, he continues to be obsessed over her. Even
Please, I don't have any time for any gossip now. Eh? Yes.
Look at you.
Do something with it.
It's just money coming to me easily. Money coming in and needing me. Money coming in repeatedly. Money coming, it's just money coming. It's just money coming to me frequently. Money coming in to be with me. Money coming in secretly. Money coming, it's just money coming. It's just money coming to me always. Money coming in all day. Money coming in all pay. Money coming, it's just money coming. It's just money coming to me frequently. Money coming in to be with me. Money coming in secretly. Money coming, it's just money coming. It's just money coming to me easily. Money coming in and needing me. Money coming in repeatedly.
I be telling y'all to stop doing love spells on people. Love spells always backfire, and this story is no different. It's just a matter of how it actually backfired. Let's get into the story. So the lady gave her the binding ashes, and that night she went home and put a pinch in her husband's tea, and he drank it. He drank all of it. It's like immediately after, he started being sweet again. He kissed her, he told her that she was his world, and for a few weeks everything was perfect. It was as though it was the first time that they'd ever met. They were right back in the honeymoon stage. However, that wouldn't last too long. A few weeks later, she started having nightmares. At first, it started with footsteps that she would hear in the hallway. However, everybody is fast asleep, so there shouldn't be footsteps in the hallway. Then she started dreaming of his mother standing at the foot of their bed. Her eyes were glowing green, and she would say to her in the dream, "You've touched what isn't yours." She woke up one night to find Chike sitting on the edge of the bed, staring at the wall, as if he was in some sort of trance or something. And when she tried to shake him out of it, he turned and very coldly, still in the trance, said, "She's calling me back home. She knows what you've done." And every single time he would snap out of the trance, he would have no memories of it. So days later, after that trance situation, real strange things began happening. The mirrors in their bathroom would just fog up with symbols that she didn't recognize. The lights would always flicker when she entered his mother's side of the house. And one time she tried to speak to her mother-in-law, and y'all, she said she was so shocked when this woman said this, because that's all she replied, saying, "Do you think I wouldn't smell the spell you put on my son?" Miss Girl tried to deny it, but the mother is just staring at her, smiling, and she did not break eye contact. And as Amara starts to leave, mother-in-law had one more thing to say. She said, "You binded him to yourself. Now I'll unbind him, but something must replace what you took." She went to sleep with Chike that night, kissed him goodnight, and when she woke up in the morning, Chike was gone. All his stuff packed, gone. Chike left in the middle of the night, but the weird thing is, she's a light sleeper. She should have heard him leaving. She did not, which led her to believe that the mother-in-law had something to do with this. And the mother-in-law was very much so still in the house. She said within a week, she left that mansion. And at that point, she realized that Chike wasn't gonna have her back. He literally disappeared. Her only support in the house is gone, so the only thing that makes sense is for her to leave. And she says ever since she left Chike, she's been having a lot of problems, especially financially and conceiving. She has moved on with her life and tried to have kids of her own, but she seems to be struggling. And she also believes that Chike's mother had something to do with this. So she says this to say, don't do love spells on people. If you have a spooky story that you want me to tell, feel free to submit it to me right here on TikTok or on Instagram. And while you're on my Instagram, follow me there just so that I know that it's real. Duh. I'm so close to 10K. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel for longer, better, and spookier stories. Duh. Follow me right here on TikTok for spooky content. We are so close to 300K. Like I say at the end of every single video, I love you, my better humans, from your favorite Haitian homegirl.
This is another thing that I talk about. You cannot simply just be doing spiritual work on someone else without knowing who their method is and basically who's responsible for them, right? Who is their spiritual team that work with them, that walk with them. So in his situation, his mother was a lot more powerful than the girlfriend or the wife that was putting the love spell on her son. She was able to see it. The son didn't have any spiritual understanding, but his mother did, and she could see it in the spirit realm, which means that her spirit people, her spirit team that walked with her, probably showed it to her in a dream, and maybe she saw it somewhere. She just know it. So therefore, she was able to help her son get out of that situation because she knew the knowledge. She was able to understand that the girlfriend was putting her son under lust, even though he was completely oblivious to it, right? So
these are the consequences of doing a love spell on a person. I came across the story on here. It was actually in Spanish, so I'm going to go ahead and translate it to English, and I'll tag the original creator down here. So Gloria has been practicing witchcraft for the past 5 years, so much so that she has become very well known around her neighborhood, and she has a ton of clients. One day she was having a birthday party at her house, so she invited a bunch of her friends and a bunch of her close neighbors. When she sees a girl that she didn't recognize enter her home, she assumed that this was probably one of her friends who had invited another friend. The girl goes up to her, introduces herself as Peggy, and tells Gloria that she needs her help, that she has fallen madly in love with this man that wants absolutely nothing to do with her. Gloria advised her against it and told her about all the consequences that come from love spells, that you can't mess with someone's free will. Peggy said that she didn't care, that whatever the consequences were, that she was willing to deal with it. The next day, Peggy went to Gloria's house and Peggy handed her a jar. In this jar, there was this white powder. Peggy told her to take a very small amount out of the jar and to add it to one of his alcoholic drinks. And to also do it on a Friday, because apparently Fridays are the most strongest days to do this stuff. That Friday, Peggy ended up having a huge party at her house where she invited just about everyone, including the boy and Gloria. As the party was going, everybody was dancing, singing, having a great time. Peggy starts getting a bunch of drinks ready for her friends. Gloria notices that Peggy takes one of the drinks and puts it to the side. She then opens the jar that she had in her pocket and she dumps all of the powder in the drink. Gloria right away runs over to Peggy and tells her, "That is too much. I told you to only give him a small amount. You have no idea the consequences that this is going to create." Peggy then snaps at Gloria and tells her to mind her business, that this had nothing to do with her, that she already paid her for her work, and that whatever happens now, to just back off. Gloria pretty much wiped her hands clean and left it at that. The minute this guy took a sip of the drink, it was almost out of a movie scene. He became completely head over heels in love with Peggy and could not keep his hands off of her. The whole night they were just making out and all over each other. A few weeks go by and Peggy gives Gloria a call and tells her, "Hey, what you gave me worked amazing, but I no longer want to be with him. He has become way too obsessive, very toxico, to the point that he's even jealous of my own brothers. I wanted him, but not like this. I no longer want to be with him." Gloria told her that there's nothing that she can do about it, that when she tried to interfere, that she had told her to mind her business, so that's exactly what she was going to do. Weeks go by and Gloria ends up receiving news that literally chilled her to the bone. Apparently, Peggy had broken up with the guy, and when she did so, the guy became so insane that he drove his bike right off of a bridge, unaliving himself. All because of that spell. A month later, Peggy calls her terrified, crying her heart out, begging Gloria for help. She told her that after the boy had passed away, that she continues to see him in the home, that he wakes her up at night, that she hears his voice, that he still is around at all times, that even after he passed away, he continues to be obsessed over her, even after death.
Love spell going wrong. Story time. All right, I know somebody who was burning a candle on her husband because he liked to stray a lot. So she said, "I'll fix him. I'll burn a candle on him." So she went and got a candle and she was burning it, and literally the candle burst. So she thought it would be a good idea to go ahead, and I told her, I was like, "No, you should leave that alone." She thought it'd be a good idea to go get another one. She goes and get another one. This one burns through. So by the time he's smothering her, it works. But then she got so smothered, she's like, she started to remember all the stuff he had did to her in the marriage. And so then she went outside and got her a friend. Why he go crazy, y'all? He went and got a rifle. He said he was going to handle her. The thing is, do not burn candles for love. That is against somebody's free will. If they don't want you, they don't want you. You set them free. He went off on a ziggity boom. Everybody was worried because everybody thought he was going to blow her wig back. All of this because she wanted him to love her. And when she got it, she didn't want it. So y'all be careful because it can make people go absolutely crazy. And we had to do a lot of interfering to stop him from spiritual interfering, from stopping him from going to get her. So y'all be careful with that. That is not okay.
So this young lady, when her friend's candle bust open, she should have stopped there, because a lot of people don't take heed to the warning, even though they try to tap into the spiritual world. A lot of things happen for a reason, right? So the candle bursting, it should have been a warning, like there's something wrong, something could possibly go up in flame because of that. So that should have been a sign that she should have taken, but she didn't. And also the man completely turned violent towards her, right? She was saying that he was outside, he was an outside nigga, right? It didn't change the fact that just because he's under a lust spell isn't going to make him a homebody all of a sudden and a loyal man to you. He's simply going to be an outside nigga who is clingy towards you, and you cannot do anything without him type stuff, right? You notice how he completely changed and started, being so obsessed with her. A single drop of blood in his stew almost destroyed my life. This is a love spell gone wrong, and this is one of the reasons why you should never do a love spell on anyone. Other than the fact that it's not worth it, no one is ever worth doing a love spell on. Let's get into this Reddit Let's Not Meet story time. I've never written anything like this before, but I've been carrying this secret for years, and I need to warn someone before it eat me alive. This is about my ex-husband and the love spell I did on him. At first it worked, then it ruined everything. And before anyone judge me, please know I was desperate. Desperate for love, desperate to be wanted, desperate to have stability after a childhood filled with chaos. Sometimes the most dangerous magic isn't the dark stuff on TV. It's the stuff you do when you're lonely. When I first met Marcus, he was charming, successful, and affectionate. The type of man who made you feel like you were the only person alive. We got married fast, after 3 months of meeting. But marriage changed him. He got distant, cold, nights out with friends turned into 2 a.m. arguments and silent treatments. Women's perfume on his clothes, whispered phone calls. The men I married started slipping away. I felt myself breaking, and my cousin, I won't say her name, told me about a love binding spell. A simple one. I didn't need any candles or altars, just something personal. Open quote. Put a drop of your blood in his food, she says. It'll tie his spirits to yours, make him loyal, make him love you again. I should have ran away, but I didn't. But instead, I pricked my finger, mixed a drop into his stew, and served it to him with shaky hands. That night, Marcus held me the way he used to. He kissed my forehead. He whispers, I don't know what's gotten into me lately, but I feel like I can't breathe without you. I cried into his chest, thinking it worked. I was so stupid. The affection didn't stay gentle. He became obsessed, possessive, clingy in a way that felt suffocating. He followed me around the house, called me constantly, and if I didn't answer, he'd show up wherever I was. Work, grocery stores, salon, and always smiling too wide. His pupils dilated as if he hadn't slept. At nighttime, he'd wake up gasping, clutching me so tight it bruised my ribs. Every single night around 3 a.m., he'll whisper in his sleep, don't leave me, we're mine, we're bound. His voice didn't sound like his. I should have stopped there, but obsession felt better than neglect. The nightmare started next. Marcus started screaming in his sleep. When I shook him awake, his eyes were wrong, dark, too empty. He muttered things I didn't understand in words and language I did not know. Deep guttural sounds like someone choking on his own soul. He stopped eating unless I cooked for him. Stopped talking to his family. Quit his job. He only wanted me to stare at me, to touch me, to breathe me in like oxygen. It wasn't love. It was obsession. One night, I woke up to him standing over me, his face inches from mine, whispering something over and over again. Bound, bound, bound. I froze. That's when I noticed his nail digging into the mattress on both sides of my head, so deep the fabric tore. I didn't sleep again that night. I didn't sleep again that night, or many nights after. I begged my cousin to help me. She sounded terrified. You weren't supposed to keep doing it. You tied your spirit to something else, something old. Old? What does that even mean? She told me to light a white candle, cleanse the house, and stop cooking for him. I tried. The next morning, Marcus threw the candle at the wall so hard it shattered. Why are you trying to separate us? His voice layered. His and something beneath it. Low and inhumane. I packed a bag and ran. I stayed with my mother for a few days. No calls, no texts. On the third day, I woke up to tapping on my window. No knocking, tapping. Deliberate, slow tapping. When I looked, Marcus was standing outside, barefoot, staring with empty smiles. His eyes were hollow, completely black, like whatever was inside him ate the light. Come home, he says. His voice sounded like two voices speaking at once. My mom called the police. But by the time they came, he was already gone. I moved cities and filed for divorce. He never showed up to sign it. 2 months later, they found him in our old home, unalived. They said it looked like self-inflicted, but they didn't see the scratches on the walls, the message smeared in blood, my name over and over and over again. They didn't hear what I heard when I visited one last time, stupid, needing closure. A whisper in that empty house, bound. I left running. Years later, years have passed, but I still wake up at nighttime feeling fingers brushing my hair. The smell of his cologne appears in my bedroom sometimes, and sometimes I swear I see eyes in the corner of the room, black, hollowed, watching. If you're reading this, please listen. Do not play with love spells. Do not bind anyone's spirits. Do not interfere with faith. Love earned through magic is not love, it's possession. And once you open the door, you can't control what walks through it. Marcus, whatever he became, let's not meet, not in this life, nor the next. I hope you enjoyed this story. So I tell you guys all the time, love spell is never worth it. And with this story, I can totally tell you that this could be a very true story. And the fact that this man literally quit his job because he was so obsessed with her. Because he was so obsessed with her, when she did whatever she did, she wasn't very specific on how she wanted it. You want a love spell, you want someone to be obsessed with you, but you're doing just a regular love spell. This person's going to be obsessed with you, but their negative behaviors is not going to change. So if they were cheaters, they're going to be cheaters, but they'll still be obsessed with you. You can't do anything on your end, but they're able to do whatever they want with whoever they want at any time they want. If you do a love spell on someone, that person will be clingy to you to the point where they don't even want to leave, to go to work, because they're so obsessed that they're afraid that they're going to miss out on something with you. They want to be next to you all the time, being clingy. So when she said that he became clingy, it make a lot of sense, because that's exactly what happened. You don't change, like the person doesn't automatically change because they're under some sort of lust spell. They are who they were before, but it magnetized. So if they were cheaters, they become 10 times cheaters, right? But they're still going to be clingy to you. You can't do anything, but they can. So they're able to cheat with people, have multiple girlfriends, but they want you to be underneath them all the time, and you cannot do like they doing. If they are disrespectful, if they are a woman beater, they're going to do that to you as well, but they're still going to be clingy and obsessed with you at the same time. So doing a love spell is never worth it. I tell people that all the time. If you watch my channel on YouTube, if you're on YouTube right now watching me, I tell you guys this all the time. It's never worth using your resources on doing love spell on a man. The way men are out here hoping and praying that someone will care about them enough to put a love spell on them is crazy. And no man is ever worth using your resources to put a love spell on them, because at the end of the day, it never turns out right. And I do know some people who have done love spells where it turned out right, and they are in relationships. I know a lot of my friends whose parents have done love spell on them, and they're Haitian, and some are Spanish too. Their parents have done love spells, and they're still together, and their relationship is fine, but you have to continue the work. But I wouldn't recommend it. I would recommend it where I could probably recommend a do as I say work, and or a domination type of work. I wouldn't recommend a love spell, because once you put that energy out there, it's very, very hard for you to take it away, and you're messing with somebody else's free will. If you're going to do anything, do a self-love spell so people can be attracted to you. You will be attracted to yourself. You will, be more self-centered, but it's better to do that than to have control over somebody else's complete free will, where it becomes so much where you no longer want that person around you because it's too clingy, it's too, you want your own space, right? Do a self-love spell. It never hurt nobody to be more obsessed with yourself, right? People might say, oh, it's selfish, but would you rather me be causing someone else to be in love with me than for me to be in love with myself? And it's never been anything wrong with being selfish, because if you don't love yourself, who are you supposed to love, right? Who is supposed to love you for you? So I would rather doing a self-love spell versus like an actual love spell that takes away somebody else's free will. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Love you guys. Happy Halloween again. Bye. Like I said, we're going to touch up some stuff on this book. So in this book is called Spell of Abundance, Love, Wealth, and Protection. So in this book, on the first page, actually, I have a glamour affirmation that you will basically say, you stand in front of the mirror and you stare at yourself and you admire yourself, and you will say to yourself how beautiful you are. You'll basically seal this your beauty, like your glam, after you've done your makeup, or even stand in front of the mirror naked with nothing on, so you can really reaffirm yourself of your beauty, of your confidence, and all that. This book is mainly for like self-confidence and self-elevation, calling the goddess in you, calling the divinity in you, calling the beauty in you, and also work with the moon, because the moon represents the woman, the mother, womb, water, all of this. So yeah, I have all the steps in here of all the spells that you need to do. It even has one to get rid of unwanted guests. It's pretty funny. To get rid of unwanted guests. And this book right here, right? So I'm gonna run down real quick of all the materials that you're going to need. You will need a brand new broom. It has to be brand new. And you'll need a piece of parchment paper, a black pen, a black trash bag, because we're going to get rid of this sucker, right? And of course your intentions. And also I have spells on here that you can say. I have daily affirmations. And also I have spells on here that you can do every single day to work with the energy of the planets of the day, and also the archangels that work with the day. So anyways, there's so many spells. There's a 7-day manifestation spell with archangels. And let's see. A 30-day money spell with bay leaves and the Fihu sign, which is a money sign. It's like an F with the extra part. Anyways, the symbol's there, and I even show you like what you need to do, what the sigil look like, all that. And the keys to enhance your spell. So there are different things on here on how to enhance your spell, and basically grow your finance, grow your love, self-love, self-admiration, chance to say to yourself to give you that extra energy to go about your day. And also tips to enhance your spell. Oh, I already said this. And morning coffee abundance prosperity spell. You guys remember I just shared a video about morning coffee and how important it is when it comes to hoodoo, and how you can basically use your first cup of coffee in the morning to manifest a better life or a better day, or to bring forth money to you. So don't let, you're already doing these things anyway, so you might as well just incorporate something a little bit extra to basically boost your thing. And here's to influence your boss spell. So this one, I'm sure people who are actually working are going to love this. It's to influence your boss and attract favors towards you at work. Because look, in this economy, we're all working and we need some boost at work, and we also sometimes need to be tied to our job, so therefore you don't get fired. You know what I mean? So there's some stuff that you could do to basically tie yourself to your job, and or tie the job to you. And once you're done and you're all tired of that job, you can get rid of it. It's not something that's completely permanent, but use magic, guys. It's here for you to use. You have the herbs in your closet, you have the herbs in your pantry, you have the candles that you could just simply buy some candles super cheap. Use magic to elevate your life. Use magic to make yourself better. Let me tell you, Jesus was out here using magic, okay? Walking on water and stuff and turning water into wine. Sounds like magic to me. But anyways, guys, I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.